Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day. Heidi, do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask, Heidi. It is Monday, the 4th day of September. Today is National Spice Blend Day, National Macadamia Nut Day. Didn't we just talk about macadamia nuts?
We did not too long ago.
I wonder why we talked about them then. We were talking about the fact that I bought a bag of macadamia nuts, and they were really good for
They're really not. They're good for baking. They're not good for just snacking on.
But they were really good for like the first, 3 days.
Very expensive, and
then
then
I
you
ended
fed
up
them to the squirrels.
Feed them to squirrels.
I was like, what is wrong with you?
I was like, I'm so sick of macadamia nuts. But now I kind of have a hankering for some macadamia nuts. National Newspaper Carrier Day today, National Wildlife Day, and Labor Day in the USA today. Also, it's a Movie Star Monday, which means I've got a guest joining me. And this guy, I think, is a pretty cool dude, Josh Plasse. And listen to this. He's got a thing called Project 22 that he's doing right now, and he's helping a really worthy cause. We're going to chat all about that coming up.
It's more important now than ever before to have a better credit card. We would love to help at bettercreditcards.com. We offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we can help you find a good fit for you at bettercreditcards.com.
Give yourself a little credit. Go ahead and switch to bettercreditcards.com.
That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. Have you ever told a guest to make yourself at home and then regretted it later? 2/3 of us have. According to a new survey, the poll of 2,000 Americans also asked these genial hosts. What is a genial? What does that mean? Is that a good thing? Well, they also asked these hosts, what regrettable behavior caused problems for you? The most common one involved guests not being able to say genial. Just kidding. No, the most common one expected more meals than they had planned. 54%. They're like, we going to have some lunch or what? Like, you could go eat somewhere else. Overstaying their welcome, 45%. Making a mess, 39%. Friends were found to be the worst guest, mentioned by 42% in the survey respondents. They were closely followed by siblings, 39%, and in-laws, 37%. Just over a third of people in the poll surveyed admitted that at some point they have had to tell somebody, hey, you're a bad guest. We've never had to do that.
We've never had to do that.
I've wanted to do that
We've
numerous times.
had to change our locks before.
Yeah, we did. We booted one guy out. I wish I was kidding.
But we did not tell him he was a bad guest.
No, but we did tell him he was a big fat liar. We found out he'd been lying to us for a long time. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help you protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by GenesisGoldIRA.com. Heidi, did you know you may be able to pick your vaccine, but you don't get to pick your nose? What? A new study. This is why I don't usually read the first line.
I was going to say.
A lot of these don't make sense. New study conducted at the Amsterdam University Medical Center reveals that a surprising link between the habit of nose picking and the risk of contracting COVID. What?
Are you kidding?
Researchers teaming there, a research team surveyed, I don't know what I said, 400 healthcare workers about their personal habits like picking their nose, biting their nails, wearing glasses, having a beard. 85% confessed to picking their nose regularly, ranging from monthly to daily. I don't think I really pay attention to when I do that. Do you have a nose picking log?
I do not.
I don't either. Strikingly, the data revealed a significant increase in COVID-19 infections among those who picked their noses compared to those who refrained. Okay. Somebody's really stretching on this.
Yeah, that's a bit much.
That whole thing is just weird.
I'm so sick of hearing about COVID. I'm so sick of that word.
And it's been around a long time.
Yeah.
We've been hearing about it for a long, long time, and I got a feeling we're going to be hearing about it even more.
I know
we try
will.
to avoid it, and I'll try to avoid it. I didn't realize that's what I was even reading, but we don't know everything, but now we know this.
John and Heidi.
Now, Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com. The Idol Season 2 is not happening. HBO canceled the lackluster drama after just one season. The series that starred Lily Rose Depp as a pop star who entered a strange relationship with a nightclub owner / cult leader played by The Weeknd. What? Did you even know about this?
I have not heard of this at all.
I don't know how I've never heard of any of this. Anyway, believe it or not.
But we probably wouldn't have if it wasn't popular enough to make.
I'm just saying, believe it or not, with all of that going on, somehow it just wasn't popular. All right, Hannah Brown's journey to find love has taken a rosy turn. The former Bachelorette star is now engaged to Adam Woolard. She announced on Instagram that she captioned the pics from the proposal, "So happy, I love our steady love." 2 years after, she was the reality star and a model, and she sparked rumors about this romance. So congrats to those people. Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com.
Do you cringe when you get your mobile phone bill? Mint Mobile can help. Just $15 a month for premium wireless. Give your family a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone to Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That is far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. Researchers say that women will stay married longer to a short man than to a tall man.
Okay.
That is, again, a very odd survey. Why did somebody even think to do that survey?
Yeah.
So I have a brother-in-law that's not a super tall guy. I think he's awesome, and he makes he makes my sister, his wife, very, very happy. So he makes my wife happy too. He's a good dude. He's a great dude. But I don't think it has anything to do with his height.
No, I would think if he was tall, they would still be very happy.
Yeah, he'd still be great. So I don't understand why somebody even did this survey.
Yeah, it's a bit silly.
It is very silly. Let's move on. Eye doctors in Taiwan have discovered a natural solution for nearsightedness. With half of the world anticipated to be unable to see across a room without glasses or surgery by the year 2050, they say the simple solution to prevent childhood myopia or nearsightedness is, you ready for this? Spending more time in the great outdoors. Mm-hmm. In Taiwan, about 90% of high schoolers have already developed blurry vision compared to just 50% of all age groups in Europe and in the U.S. But in a few years since Taiwan launched this program to get young school children outside for at least 2 hours a day, myopia rates, or again, nearsightedness rates among primary school kids steadily declined from their peak of 50% down to just 46.1%.
Okay.
Doesn't sound like a huge
It's not a huge drop. But hey, anything that's helping, that's a good thing.
At least it wasn't 49%. It was enough for them to put out a press release. We'll say that. I remember when our son got his glasses, he was in 4th grade. Mm-hmm. And I didn't even realize he needed glasses. The teacher said, well, he struggles to see things on the board. And I'm like, I just don't think he likes your class. But turns out he did need glasses. And do you remember what was the most amazing thing?
I think it was the leaves on the trees.
He got out of the car and he was just looking in awe. I was like, what's going on? He said, look at all the leaves.
Yeah.
And he had he was in 4th grade before he had ever really seen leaves.
That's what I had noticed first, too, when I got my glasses.
I just remember thinking, we are horrible parents. Scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. If you're looking for a new opportunity, South Dakota is calling. There's over 27,000 open jobs at this very moment. Whether you like the city life or if you're more of a fan of the rural lifestyle, South Dakota has plenty to offer. From the Black Hills and the Badlands on the west side of the state to the rolling prairies in the middle with many small towns and the city of Sioux Falls on the eastern edge, there's no state income tax in South Dakota and many job opportunities. Learn more about what's waiting for you in South Dakota at movetosd.com. That's movetosd.com. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Movie Star Monday. Our guest today is Josh Plasse. He's been in several movies, A Resurrection of Charles Manson, Wildflower, and many more. The project we're talking about today is not a movie. It's a real-life project called Operation 22. He's in the middle of this right now. He's rucking 22 miles a day, 22 days straight, and it's to help stop soldier suicide. Now, are you a veteran? I'm reading here that your dad is.
My father was a U.S. Navy SEAL. I wish I could say that I served and paid the price myself, but I'm just living in his shoes and giving back where I can here, trying to do my part.
Well, you are definitely doing your part right in the middle now of Operation 22. And for folks that maybe are not familiar with this, let's explain what Operation 22 is all about.
Thank you so much, John. Yeah, and I appreciate you all having me on today. Operation 22 What we're doing is a 22-day ruck run all across the East Coast, where I will run 22 miles a day for those 22 days straight, wearing a 22-pound rucksack to reinforce symbolism towards the unfortunate number that currently 22 veterans commit suicide in the United States daily. It's a tough number to pinpoint. Some statistics from the DOD and the VA suggest that number is lighter, 17 to 19. IA, VA, and other statistics suggest it's a lot higher. So it's really tough, but the general military consensus seems to be surrounding that 22 number, which is why we chose that. And the entire goal here is actually quite simply to raise funding for a group called Stop Soldier Suicide and to spread awareness for this epidemic. As we run, I've got a camera crew and a group of awesome people following me around, and we're going to stop and interview survivor families along the way who have lost their loved ones to veteran suicide, whether that be a spouse, a daughter, sibling, you name it, or even a child themselves. And so what we're going to do is we're going to interview them, and we're going to put those videos up on our social media campaign website. We're going to put it on YouTube, etc. And what we'd like to have happen is to not only spread awareness, but point people towards Stop Soldier Suicide's website. So if you're someone who's struggling with mental health and you see these videos, we're going to link them to more prevalent sources of information on, PTSD, mental health, whatever that looks like, because there's been such a stigma and a dogma, obviously, surrounding men's mental health for such a long time, specifically veterans who have been trained to be resilient and, even as soon as 20 years ago would have gotten crap just for even talking about counseling, et cetera. So we're hoping to spread a message of hope, a message of uplifting, of positivity, sort of try to spin that dogma on its head and ultimately raise funding for this incredible organization who's just doing absolute pioneer work in this space right now.
I love that, Josh. And everybody listening could do something. You're actually doing something to hopefully help bring that number down. Stop Soldier Suicide is a great organization, and I love the fact that you're doing this with them to help, again, raise awareness and raise some money to hopefully help.
Thank you so much, John. Yeah, I appreciate that. Well said. It takes a village, so I'm hoping that me just doing a little something will spark the conversation and have more people reach out and act out.
And this could be the conversation starter. I mean, if you know somebody who served, and now that we know that there's a higher prevalence of suicide with soldiers, all you need to do is maybe have a conversation with that loved one, that family member, that person that you know, to let them know that you're there, that, hey, you know what? It's not a bad thing to talk about this. Talk to me about this. I want to be here for you. And again, Josh, thank you for doing what you're doing to raise awareness on this.
Thank you so much, John. Yeah, that's well said. I agree. A lot of people don't know, but last year was the highest recordation of suicides in the United States, just period, even outside of the veteran community. So we're obviously dealing with a mental health epidemic right now. And, you could chalk that up to any number of things. Personally, I think the way that the web is formulated right now with just comparative mind via these social media sites of feeling like everyone's doing all these things that you're not, all of the sort of darkness that's getting pushed there, and just the digital age we're living in. But there's so many factors that go into this. So I think, obviously, from a veteran standpoint, yes, their numbers are higher. And so, like you said wisely before, just reaching out to a loved one is such a seems like a hard thing to do, but it really is simple. So I think that's excellent. And then just in general, just lighting these conversations about mental health, I think it's so important as we, people are working from home now. They're isolated, where we just got out of a pandemic and now we're entering such tumultuous times, both in, foreign and abroad. So I think just sparking these conversations, hopefully, who am I to do anything, but hopefully will start a wildfire reaction, if you will.
I love it. Josh, thanks for doing what you're doing out there. I'm going to throw a link to make it easy for folks on this side to help. You can find that link in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
It's more important now than ever before to have a better credit card. We would love to help at bettercreditcards.com. We offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we can help you find a good fit for you at bettercreditcards.com.
Give yourself a little credit. Go ahead and switch to bettercreditcards.com.
That's bettercreditcards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Skepticisms is the longest word that alternates hands when typing. So left hand, right hand, left hand, right, back and forth. Skepticisms. Huh. I bet I could make up a word that's even longer. If we're just making up words.
Make up a word, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
A backwards question mark is an acceptable punctuation mark used to signify irony or sarcasm.
Okay.
Okay. If nobody knows that, it's not going to help you. And how do you put a backwards question mark?
Yeah, I don't know how to do it. There's probably a way.
I'm looking right now to see. I don't see it on the keyboard anywhere. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Only full-grown male crickets can chirp. Huh. So all those noises you hear, all full-grown male crickets. Huh. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Dragonflies are one of the fastest insects. They fly 50 to 60 miles per hour.
I love dragonflies.
Yeah. And our final fun fact for you,
What's
Heidi.
that, John?
When cut in half, a hailstone has rings just like an onion.
Really?
Yeah, it's all the different layers.
Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. Several fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help you protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com. Question, Heidi. A statistical study shows that we're more likely to do this in January and least likely to do it in August. What is that?
Scoop snow.
Well, you got me there. No,
I'm not wrong.
The answer is die. The answer is die, but I will also accept scoop snow. That's also a good answer. High five, Heidi. Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com.
Do you cringe when you get your mobile phone bill? Mint Mobile can help. Just $15 a month for premium wireless. Give your family a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone to Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That is far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Time now for some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. A supermarket in Finland is now welcoming canine customers. See, now if I had done this the way they have it written, I would have said a Supa market in Finland, which would make no sense because I haven't told you anything about dogs yet. This is why I stumble on stories once in a while, because I try to skip the dumb jokes like that. I'm like, I don't want to say that. So it's a supermarket in Finland, but now I can say it's a Supa market because
no, please
they're
don't.
welcoming canine customers, Heidi, with specially adapted carts to allow dog owners to bring their pooches, and the grocery shopping is something that they want them to bring.
I really like that. I think that's awesome. I would take my dog grocery shopping if I could.
Used to be only service animals were permitted, but now they're like, no, we've got a dog bed built right in, and there's a clip for the lead so you can like hook their harness
fantastic.
up. Owners are encouraged to pick up their pup and put them inside, although a future version of the cart might include a small ramp so your dog could walk in there on their own.
I love that.
Can you imagine taking our dog shopping?
Oh, she would love it.
She would love it, but she would bark at everybody. Everybody. They would ask us to leave. Weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. Time now for the list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. Worst cities for traffic. What if you're thinking of traffic in just any city anywhere in the world? Which one?
New York City.
Okay, we'll see if they made the list, Heidi. Here we go. Number 15, Tokyo. That's in Japan. 14, Zurich, Switzerland. 13, Toronto, Canada. 12, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. 11, Bangkok, Thailand. Now the top 10, Rome, Italy. Paris, France. Krakow, Poland. Number 7, New York City, USA. Number 6, London, UK. Number 5, worst traffic is in Jakarta, Indonesia. 4, Dublin, Ireland. 3, Manila, Philippines. Second worst city in the world for traffic, Mexico City, Mexico. And the very worst city when it comes to traffic in the world, Brussels, Belgium. So there you go. I wouldn't have guessed that. But
me either.
I didn't know that about Belgium. I just knew them for their waffles.
I would have also guessed Los Angeles.
Yeah, and they didn't make the list either. Yeah, I don't know. The list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. If you're looking for a new opportunity, South Dakota is calling. There's over 27,000 open jobs at this very moment. Whether you like the city life or if you're more of a fan of the rural lifestyle, South Dakota has plenty to offer. From the Black Hills and the Badlands on the west side of the state to the rolling prairies in the middle with many small towns and the city of Sioux Falls on the eastern edge, there's no state income tax in South Dakota and many job opportunities. Learn more about what's waiting for you in South Dakota at movetosd.com. That's movetosd.com. Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way courtesy of insurancechicken.com. Our quote today is from Dorothy Parker, who says, "The cure for boredom is curiosity. There is no cure for curiosity." Well, there you go. There is too. Going out and finding things. That's the cure for it. Are you curious? Do you think you're a curious person?
I'm curious like a cat.
I think our daughter said that, and we all laughed because that didn't make any sense.
No, she said I'm tired as a cat.
Oh, that's what it was. I was tired as a cat. And then we're like, what? That's not a thing. Since when was that a thing? And then we laughed and pointed and laughed. She was only 5.
And she hasn't really spoken since.
We haven't heard much from her lately. Quote of the day comes your way courtesy of insurancechicken.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with some good news, and I think this is good news. Comes your way courtesy of GenesisGoldIRA.com. Listen to this, Heidi. A child's lemonade stand raises how much money do you suppose? Raising money for the
$2,500.
Victims of the Maui wildfires, and no, this kid did more than that. $17,000.
Holy cow.
A 5-year-old. Yeah. Managed to raise an astonishing $17,000 to aid the victims of the devastating wildfires.
Holy cow.
Edison, also known as Eddie Jewell, overheard his parents watching the news reports. It was a Wednesday afternoon. He had news on, and he asked me to turn it off because he said it made him sad, is what his mother said. He'd asked if the kids really lost all their toys or their beds, and then they were trying to drop the issue. Eddie shared an idea of starting a lemonade stand, similar to one that he had seen on a previous trip to Colorado, and he could donate the money to the victims of the wildfire. She thought, well, that'd be kind of nice. Maybe he could raise like $100. Well, the stand ran from 10 a.m. till 6 p.m. and raised $8,000 that first day. Lemonade sold for $1 each, but many people were giving 5s, 10s, 20s. Part of their donation. Many people donated online through Venmo. Throughout the day, people just kept sending money. Said people kept stopping by. We ran out of cups and numerous times, and lemonade and ice. And at one point, we were 5 people deep just waiting. A random biker brought a cup of lemonade for $100, she said. Aww. By the end of the weekend, Eddie managed to raise over $17,000, an amount that far exceeded anybody's expectations. Got a $500 Venmo donation and couldn't believe it, but Edison was more excited about this one. A kid who showed up with a bag full of coins. The donations, by the way, will benefit the Maui Community Fund.
And then the government came and shut him down and took all his money.
I was just going to say that. I wonder if there are people in the government that heard this going, did you pay your taxes on that? Did you have a license for that? Did
Guaranteed.
So, again, no good deed will go unpunished,
That's exactly
I'm sure.
Right.
But this is in Seattle, and I'll get you his address, government, if you want to go crack down on this 5-year-old. I'm just kidding. All right. Thank you so much. Oh, hey, time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Monday.